So we got. I know. I had. Let's see. Chris had Ngannou. Matt had Stipe first round KO. I had Stipe second round KO. If I'm remembering correctly.
Correct. Yep.
So Matt and I each get a point for that.
Yes. You each get a point. So at the end of the day, we went 3 for 5, which is good. We all had pretty good weeks. But Jim, you had 5 out of a possible 15 points, and me and Matt had 3 out of a possible 15 points.
Okay, and we should also say 2 things about Stipe. He took the belt from Dana. Was it aggressive, or I didn't see that part?
It wasn't aggressive, but it wasn't friendly. It wasn't like, hey, let me give it to my coach. He just grabbed it.
It was, I think you could say, mad awkward.
Stipe, after the show last week, Matt and I said Stipe did not want to do that interview. And we've had a good history with him. I've talked to him.
Oh, no, we felt
he's
it.
a really nice guy.
Yeah.
I've chatted with him personally. He's a nice dude. And then we didn't sense he wanted to do the interview with us. And then he does this, and then in his post conference, he was like, "I'm the best. It's what there is." He's unhappy with something. I think he does not feel he's getting the respect from the UFC that he should, or maybe he feels he should be more prominently. I don't know what Stipe's issue is lately, but he does not seem happy with the treatment he's getting. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Well, did he say anything? I know he had something with Dana where he said something. Dana said they were butting heads, and he said he brought it up to him. And I don't know. I mean, the thing is this: those guys are negotiating big business, So who knows what goes down?
Here's what it is. Talking about why he took the belt away. He goes, why he gave it to Marcus Marinelli. He said, he's my dude. He respects me, and I respect him. End of story. That's why it's something different. That's why it's not just he's my coach. Or it's we respect each other.
Well, they definitely hyped. I mean, listen, you definitely felt the hype with Francis.
But they also got to sell tickets too.
No,
Stipe has to realize that too.
And Stipe, and I mean this, and I like Stipe.
I do too.
At my place, great. He's just a great guy. He's just a really good type guy who's like he's still in the flying department. And he seems like he has a good circle of family and friends. Yeah. So he's not really feeling pressured to try to win anybody over or win anything. Like they go, well, with Dana, and he's like, I don't care if the guy likes me or not, and this and that. And so it's like he's I'm not saying it's hard to promote him, but I'm trying to say is that he's just a good guy. Like he's just a laid back good dude. So then you get this other dude out of the where'd he come from?
Homeless Cameroon, France.
Cameroon and France,
he's got that story behind him.
Being homeless.
And he should be very proud of himself, Francis, for where he came from and this and that. But it's a story. I mean, so you got the good guy, the hardworking, the fireman. And listen, I mean, he's putting people away. I understand. I don't know. It's got to be
well,
wrong.
no, but you're right. But it's this matchup in particular because Francis is such an interesting character, this like huge imposing guy. But when Stipe defended the title in Cleveland, I felt like that was a big story. You got to see him at home. The crowd was going crazy. Yeah, it's just a different matchup for him.
Yeah, I think so too. And Stipe is more. He's just he's like a blue collar champion. He's a worker. He's a fucking guy who uses a snowplow to train. Like he's one of those dudes. Yeah,
he likes the snowblower.
But we sensed that from Stipe, so I hope he's happy. And walking out though, he also did not look. He looked exactly like he always does. I'm gonna fucking come out and
listen. I can't. There's so many possibilities. I can't wait. They're talking about possibly him in DC. Did you hear that shit?
Yeah, Dana had brought that up in DC, which would be an unbelievable fight. But DC pretty much said like, if Kane is coming back, which he is, he's like, I have no interest in going to heavyweight, because Kane will be there. But that would be an amazing fight.
So many interesting fights to come up, man. I can't wait to see what's next for both. Of course, the champ Stipe.
Yeah, who set the record now? Again, he is
congratulations.
the all-time defense record.
Listen, he's awesome. Like and that was such a great fight. It really was. I can't get over how fun that fight. I mean, it's like, man, it's like he's getting tired. Look, he's human. You know what I mean? It was like fucking great.
Yeah. Do you think? I mean, obviously, perfect game plan by Stipe, but Francis definitely threw everything in the first round. I mean, that's a bit of a game plan on his part too.
Sure, bad mistake.
But you seen it's like he was still in. Like he was in the fight, like as far as physically being there. But dude, that guy was getting up slower and slower.
Oh yeah,
getting off the stool slower and slower. And it was like, is this guy going to get through? That's what it was.
Right.
Because everything he would do offensively is taking oomph. You know what I mean? Because that's what he does. That's why he's like that whirlwind. But if you survive that, then look what happens, man. Now you got a big target. That's not really throwing that hard. And Stipe lands some shit. That was so much fun, man.
And let's talk about a couple of fights. Brooklyn, I think I have to go to now. Tony Ferguson, of course, versus Habib Nurmagomedov.
Oh, fuck. That's going to be right. When
in
is the,
Brooklyn,
April
April 7th. Saturday, April 7th. It's UFC 228. 223, sorry. 223.
April 7th is a special day. You know that.
Why?
You don't have to keep bringing it up. I'm embarrassed.
Oh, because that was when you beat GSP.
Yeah. Why would you bring that up?
Because I like to mention it.
Thank you, Jimmy. Shock the world.
Co-main event.
Well, can I say this though about the
Sure.
Tony and Khabib fight? So there was like a press conference over the weekend, which is worth watching. It was fun. Dana saying that it is for the lightweight title, but that there's also no announcement about whether Conor is going to be stripped of the title.
He has to be stripped.
There's a little bit of a, it's a little bit of unclear as to what the situation is, but that is for the undisputed title.
Look, I understand the excitement of Conor. I want to see him fight again. I don't care if he does. That's his business.
Right.
I want to see this, and it should be for the title. Absolutely. And, of course, the co-main event, I think they made the right move. Even though Joanna got knocked out in the first round or tapped, I still think that she's earned
Of course,
a
she's look how
rematch.
dominant she's been.
14-1 now. So that's the co-main is Rose Namajunas. Her first defense, poor fucking Rose, has got to be against a hungry Joanna.
Yes.
But she has, she has that mental edge now.
She does,
knowing that she
yes.
took her out.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yep. Although let's see what Joanna does now that she has to fight to get the belt back. Did she train any different? Hey, look, I mean, we all saw Rocky 3. Does it happen where you
listen,
start to relax?
Can I just say that it's in Brooklyn and that well, actually, I'm going to be there anyway. I should be, but maybe there'll be
Someone's
fights.
fighting, huh?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but it's in Brooklyn. But
Is Aljo fighting?
What? I'm not saying. I'm not confirming or denying anything. But when he does, he's going to come on here.
Good, I hope so.
Him, Al Quinta, whoever. What?
Sure.
It's exciting. That's all I know. Oh, what about Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier?
That's a very exciting.
April 14th in fucking where is that?
UFC on 5.
They have-
to
it's
be
a-
announced.
Yeah, to be announced.
You know,
Yeah, that's good, man. I'm happy for Poirier. I mean, he wants a big fight, and that is as big a fight as he's going to get before a title shot.
and Mackenzie Dern versus Ashley Yoda.
Yeah,
I
that's
heard that Ashley girl's got the force with her.
very good.
Yoda. And,
I didn't know.
Anybody, Ashley Yoda.
Why would you boo
Well,
me?
I don't know why you would boo me, Chris, the producer.
I'm all the way over here.
All right, I boo
Yeah,
you.
Mackenzie Dern's 5-0. It's her first UFC fight.
Yeah, and she looked really good. We talked to her
Yes, we
obviously
did.
before her last Invicta fight.
Yeah, she was very
and
good.
She, for somebody who's as great as she is at jiu-jitsu, she's not afraid to stand and trade. So she's an interesting prospect.
Yeah, and she's fighting on 222, which is Holloway Edgar, March the 3rd from Vegas. Another great fucking card.
So many
UFC, I say it every
exciting
week, the amount of fights I care about, they have a lot of fights.
Yeah.
And it's how they get good fight after good fight, matchup after match. It's fucking incredible.
It's mind-boggling.
It is.
Huh?
Boxing doesn't do it.
No. Well, and it does a disservice to the UFC when people are always like, "Oh, Connor's not fighting." But it's like, you just look one name under that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
They've lost Conor, they've lost Ronda, they've lost Jones, they've lost Brock. UFC has lost the 4 biggest stars in the last 2 years.
And yet, I'm still enjoying the F out of
I
it.
absolutely am. But Stipe Miocic is just not, the name doesn't have the value that Ronda Rousey. You know what I mean? It's just he's not as well known.
So, Jimmy, on Sunday, which was, the other day, it's a lazy day because my kids are running around all week, dance, and even they have religion and then dance on Saturday. The one day, my little Maria's like, we get to stay in pajamas, they get to relax. But they were a little sick the other day, so I had to go out to CVS. So I go, look, I gotta go pick up. I'll go pick up the stuff for him. Don't worry. She, are you sure? My wife says. So then I go. The second I get in the car, I see a text from my buddy David Chung, a voicemail. And this guy's, I know this guy 24.
that video is hilarious. by the
Yeah, I
way,
put it on my
your
Instagram.
Yeah.
I know this guy 24 years. And he's a Hensel Gracie black belt. He came up with me. He's from New Jersey. He had some business in Long Island, got a flat tire. He's over by the Broadway Mall. So I go, I'll come see you. I'm out anyway. So the moment I call my wife, I goes, you know what I get?
What?
Is that why you wanted to get the medicine? See your friend? Jimmy, did I deserve that?
Well, it's a fair question
It was a
point.
stop that, Jimmy.
As a woman, I
it was
understand.
a coincidence.
Yeah, I know, but
And
she's
I
got
don't want to listen. I made up for it. I got a red mango and everybody on the way home. But this is what happens. This is what happens in relationships sometimes, Jimmy, where you start to bicker over that. You bicker over that. Where, like, I go, listen. I go, don't do that. I go. It's a coincidence. I go that my friends from New Jersey has a flat tire. What am I going to tell them? You get a little attitude. Now I'm going to see my friend. Now I'm thinking about that. And the worst is this: when shit like this happens with you and your wife, and you're a little now you with your friend that you haven't seen, and you're thinking about that, so you're a little frustrated because you know you're going home to a fight, and then you go home, and then everybody's fine. It's like now everything's fine,
but I wrecked my time.
I wrecked my time with my, but I didn't. Though. I get that shit right out of my head. But I could have had a bad time with my friend David Chung.
I'm glad you didn't.
I had a good time. I was happy to see him. You know, Jimmy, I don't have a lot of friends. No, actually, I got a bunch of friends. But I don't, but there's some guys, 24 years. That lasts more than some, a lot of relationships.
Sure.
Good man.
Absolutely.
I feel I'm going to know you for a long time.
I think so, too.
You know?
Yes.
All right, Jimmy.